Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, I've got video footage of this that appeared in the daytime sky on May 27th of 2023. And when we look at this thing closer, there appears to be two objects that were parked in the daytime sky. Also going to take you guys down to Australia. You're going to see something in the sky that just looks totally out of place. One of the strangest clouds, if that's what it is, I think I've probably ever seen. But first, over here at the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by April out of San Antonio, Texas. She sent in this photo of a massive anvil cloud supercell thunderstorm forming above San Antonio, Texas. And coming over to the Space Weather Prediction Center, looking at the GOES X-ray flux, you can see earlier today there were 3 M-class solar flares within 8 hours. And looking at the ionosphere, all 3 of those M-class solar flares showed up. There's the first one. There's the second one, and the third one is right there. So solar activity continues as the Earth-facing side of the sun is still loaded with active regions. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. Something going on here in the middle of Yellowstone Lake. That's Little West Thumb. That seismograph right there has a lot of small earthquakes on it. And these are localized earthquakes, not large earthquakes that were detected by the seismographs. And other seismographs are also showing signs of earthquake activity over here at the supervolcano. Old Faithful saw one just a few minutes ago. That's fairly new. And then there's some activity up here in the northwestern quadrant, which is known for activity, but there's widespread activity around the supervolcano caldera. And coming over to Zoom.Earth, you can see the wildfires are still persisting up here in Canada. We've had persistent thick cloud cover for the last week. Today the clouds have kind of cleared out, and you can see the wildfire smoke is still there as the wildfires are still dominating the landscape throughout Canada. And a quick update on Lake Mead and Lake Powell, both of the large reservoirs that sit on the Colorado River, are filling up very quickly. Soon they're going to have more water than they know what to do with, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The rivers that feed the reservoirs are running respectively at 164% of their yearly average at Lake Mead, and Lake Powell 141%. And those rivers running at such a high capacity are what's responsible for filling up both of these reservoirs, Lake Mead and Lake Powell. They're both in pretty good shape right now. Want to take you guys now down to Melbourne, Australia. Photo sent in by Eva Unger from May 18th of 2023. Photo was taken at 6:15 p.m. when she noticed this unusual cloud in the evening sky, and it definitely looks weird. It looks like it's loaded with lightning, but there were no storms in the area. The cloud's shaped like a triangle. None of the other clouds in the area look like triangles. In fact, they look like just random clouds with the exception of this one here, and it definitely looks out of place. That's what compelled her to take the photograph. She shared it with me, and I'm sharing it with you guys. And when you go in for a closer look at this cloud, whatever it was in the sky, you can see what looked like tubes or lightning. Almost looks like a tree branch up there in the sky, but it's obviously not. That's some sort of a cloud, a very strange cloud in the sky near Melbourne, Australia. It goes back to May 18th of 2023. And what you're looking at now are just modified versions of the original sent in by Eva, who couldn't help but notice this super strange cloud in the sky above Melbourne, Australia. That is definitely a peculiar looking cloud in the sky. I agree 100%. Want to take you guys now from Australia to Washington, D.C. Here we go. These lights that you're about to see behave like primary lights, not secondary lights. Like reflections would be a secondary light, and they would all have the same brightness. The brightness wouldn't fluctuate. What you're about to see here in this video was sent in by Gina from May 27th of 2023, just a few days ago. When this camera pans outside, the camera appears to zoom in on this object right here that looks like it's in the sky, not on the window. Here we go, as it zooms in on the sky outside the Capitol. Here's another view of the lights in the sky, and notice they all have unique brightness. If that were a reflection, the reflections would all be the same type of brightness. These here are all different, implying that it's outside, and it also implies that they're their own light source because they all have a unique angle and distance from the camera, albeit small, but it's just enough to make the lights noticeable with regard to reflectivity. See how they're kind of reflecting in the video? If those were some sort of glare on the window, they wouldn't be behaving like that. They would be secondary light sources that would all be the same brightness. These all have different brightnesses to them. They're all different. They're not all the same. If that was a glare, they would all be the same. And they're kind of like sparkling in the daytime sky. So that tells us that they're not only a primary source of light, but they're probably reacting to the daytime sunlight because they're at a different angle and they could be moving just a little bit in the daytime sky. And as you're going to see here in just a moment, this doesn't appear to be one craft. I think this is two separate triangles, to be honest with you, is what they look like. Here's an inverted format. Light is dark, dark is light, and you can see how they're kind of flickering a little bit in the daytime sky. Those aren't glares on the glass. Those look like something in the sky, and I think that's why that camera panned up to the sky and zoomed in. And here's the format that shows us there was something in the sky, not a reflection or anything like that. And in this format here, you can see how there's two independent objects in the sky. Notice how there's two, not one. So that shows us there were two objects in the daytime sky above the Capitol on May 27th of 2023. Not sure of the time, but Gina happened to notice this in some sort of a newscast from this area back about 3 days ago. And right here I zoom in and slow it down, and you can see the lights all have a different amount of brightness to them. And that's because this one here and this one here are at the same type of angle with respect to the field of view down here. This one back here is a little farther away, so it's probably tilted back that way just a little bit. Those look like something in the sky above the Capitol. Once again, back on May 27th of 2023. Great observation by Gina. Thank you, Gina. I want to take you guys now to Delaware. Another good observation by Raymond K. Goes back to May 14th of 2023. Big old jumbo halo in the sky at 10:56 a.m. above Delaware. That is definitely one photogenic sky. Video footage submitted by Raymond out of Delaware. Thanks for the photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website. Look for this red tab that says Have a Large Video. Simply click on the red tab, drag and drop your video into the red banner. It's a Dropbox. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.